Hi, we're Donna and John Jacko. Welcome to our house. We live at 307 Waterfowl in Bluffton.
So it was a pretty substantial project here. I remind people we're taking the front of the house off. And we had three criteria that we looked at as we started to work with Bluffton Builders. First of all, being looking for somebody who understood structural, and with Bluffton Builders having been home builders as well as the remodel, I thought that was very strong. Certainly price was an issue, to making sure that what we thought we were going to get into. And third, which ended up being even more important, was I think the relationships, because we were living here while this was happening. So we had to be working with people who were going to be somewhat flexible with us, and we needed to be flexible with you, and we're happy on all three accounts. Because we did a 3 bid and a buy process. One backed out and didn't, and then we had another bid, and then you guys come in. But it was based off an architectural plan. So we always felt like we were missing a foyer on the home, and you walk through the front door and you ended up just kind of falling right into our main living area. So we worked with an architect to help us put together a great vision of what it could look like, and use that as the basis for people to bid off of.
And we also wanted a porch. We didn't have a porch entry, so
That's a great add.
that was and we were looking right into the bedroom originally with no foyer and no front porch when you were at the front door. So we need some privacy too.
It's kind of a funny story. Donna was laying in bed one night, and I was still commuting from Minneapolis, and she said, "John, when I lay in bed, I can see right out to the front of the house." And that started the whole process. Like, that's unacceptable, right? We need to have this rethought through of giving our master bedroom a little more privacy than that. And that's sort of kicked off. And the fact that the foyer being a hallway was different for us. And we probably should have seen it during the original plan.
Yeah, when you walked in the front door, you just dumped right into the family room. There was no place to pause, no foyer, so it gave us a little bit more space.
Well, once you got over the fact that we were going to live here, we started talking about so how can we do that? Maybe we need to go into the master in a different way. We used a lot of dust cloths hanging to try to minimize the dust in the rest of the house.
Yeah, you took care to cover the floor and cover all the spaces.
You guys did a great job of covering everything, and also I think the subs are great. Right? There was not a lot of conflict. I'm an engineer, so I knew exactly what some of the things that we wanted, and we accomplished them. It was great.
It was smooth, I think. I mean, he didn't want to follow the architect's plan at first because he thought these walls would have closed in the family room. But after it was all said and done, we were like, no, we really need to put those walls back in. So it was pretty easy. They
were pretty
fix.
minor, though.
I mean, yeah, there was minor stuff.
They really were. I think the hardest thing was us trying to make sure that the floor colors matched.
Oh yeah, the wood floor.
We spent a lot of time on that.
Yeah, matching the wood floor, you did a good job. But, I think the hardest thing for me was to tell Gary, I need you to redo this now. But it was all good.
I'd go back to my original criteria. Know what they're doing. Came in on price. We talked about how often do you come within 10% of what you quote, and you guys came right in. I give a lot of credit to your dad on that.
Stayed on schedule.
You guys were, on schedule during a time when doors and windows were backed up. But I always felt like I knew where we stood and when things were coming in. And then I think a lot of this business is a relationship business, and there was a very strong relationship to keep information flowing.
And for me, Gary took the worry away because he worried everything for me. I had the same worries, but he was on top of it, so I didn't have to worry.
He'd say, I didn't sleep last night thinking about that as well. So.
Yeah, it was good.